Hey guys, welcome to another episode. I'm here on the beautiful Green River in Dutch John, Utah. The Green River is a tailwater. It's controlled by a big dam, and the water comes out at a really cold temperature year-round, and it sustains a really healthy trout population. There's brown trout and rainbow trout in here. Fish average, I would say, between 15 and 20 inches. They're magnificent. It's a really neat place to come and explore. We're here with three of my friends. One happens to be my dad, and we're gonna have a great time here on the beautiful Green River.
Go in there a while. Up here.
I'm here with Mike Heacock, our guide here on the Flaming Gorge on the Green River. What are we going to be using today, Mike?
I'm going to use a cicada and a beta stropper. So instead of using the regular tippet, I use Berkeley Vanish in the 2 pound. It's the same diameter as the 5X, but I find it stronger. I don't break off near as much. Generic kind of gray soft tackle. This is size 18, little silver tungsten bead. It mimics the betas pretty close. There we go.
Third cast here on the green. This little brown. All right. Woohoo!
Trying to cast in the wind. I cast in the wind. No, further to the left. I'm trying.
How long have you been guiding on this?
7
river?
years.
And where else have you done some?
Montana.
In Montana.
Yellowstone and Madison, Jefferson.
How many days a year are you putting in, do you think?
On this river,
Yeah.
Between 130 and 140.
Okay. And what's the think, for you to guide here? Is it's usually in
June and July is the busiest. Yeah.
And that's because of
The cicadas,
Okay.
the caddis, the PMDs, and the yellow sallies.
Okay.
The betas, and midges all winter. But early season betas fishing is good because the fish they're more readily eat a betas pattern on the surface. You can fish for sipping fish when there's not a blanket hatch. So because then they'll cruise and just with their mouths open and just keep feeding and gorge themselves. It's hard to compete with that.
How can there be so many boats on this river and people are still catching fish?
Because there's a lot of fish per mile.
How many are there?
So they say every year they come out with 14,000 fish, they say, per mile on the first 7 miles of the river.
Okay.
And then from there down it gets less.
Okay. It's a lot
The
of fish.
first mile they had at one time came out and said they had 22,000 at one time. But that is, I think, because they stock rainbows there, and I think they consider that rainbow stocking into their numbers of
Oh,
fish.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah. But every year when they do their studies, they do it a quarter mile down from the dam and a quarter mile up from the takeout on the A section. And every year they say there's 14,000 fish per mile.
And we're looking at the flows at about 800 or 900
Yeah, I think
CFS
the
right now.
880 I think is what they said on the board up there, 880.
And tomorrow they're going to be raising it up to.
It's going to come up to 6,600 tomorrow, starting at noontime.
And why are they doing that again?
So there's in the lower green, once the Green River, this river goes into Colorado in the Dinosaur Monument, then it's warm water, then it's muddy. It comes back out into Utah, and down there's an endangered species. They say it's the razorback sucker or the flannel mouth sucker. And so what they want to do is they want to have a flow between, I think, 18 and 22,000 CFS, so it floods into the bushes, and that larva or that from that fish clings. Clings, and then it can mature quick, and then it's not eaten by predators.
Okay.
So what they want to do is they want to have that flow. So the Yampa River flows into here down in Colorado in Dinosaur. So if the Yampa's putting 10,000 CFS in, they'll want to put 8 or 8,500 in, so they can reach that targeted flow down there. But they can't go over, I think it's 2,200, because it floods the ranches down there, and it mimics that spring runoff.
Okay.
And it's good for the river. It scrubs the river.
And you said there was some kind of moss or something?
So we have up, not as much here, but up by the dam, you've seen there's more of that didymo. It's kind of like that, it's that brown, bloomy, kind of slimy moss.
That's
right
an
there.
invasive thing,
It's
right?
invasive, yeah. Yeah, we have, there's New Zealand mud snails in here, which
No
is
way.
invasive. But
Okay.
there's no, the quagga mussels haven't made it yet. The zebra mussels haven't made it. So they're trying to avoid that.
Okay.
So, but the flush is good.
Yeah.
And then last year they didn't do it because there was a lack of water. The reservoir was really low. But in like the third week of June, for 3 days, they'll do a flush of 4,600 CFS, and that's full generation out of the dam is 4,600 CFS. And they do that when they find, when the water temperature down in the lower green gets to, I think it's somewhere in the 60s, the smallmouth will spawn.
Oh.
So they'll flush the river at 4,600 to flush them eggs off the nests, and so that they don't spawn.
Oh, is that right?
And they do necropsies of smallmouth, and they can tell what day they were born, because in their inner ear bone they have rings like a tree for every day up to the first year. And so they have a chart that comes out, and there's none born in that 3 days that they do that flush, but before and after they're born. So
Good stuff, man.
that's what they say.
Okay.
So
Good stuff.
they're
Thank
the
you.
experts. There's northern pike up here. Every year there's 1 or 2 caught. Somebody will catch them on a
Big
streamer.
ones?
I think there was one that was over 40 inches up by the dam.
Oh my God.
A guy had caught one right up the river here while we were having lunch, and he brought it over, and we cut it open. It was full of eggs.
Oh, was it?
So because you're supposed to kill them, throw
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
throw them back. So,
Okay.
but every now and then they're caught. There's one caught every year.
Yeah, what are the regs here?
The regs are it's catch and release. Well, you can keep 3 fish. You can keep 2 under 20, 2 under 15, and 1 over 22 per day.
Okay.
Per day.
And it's barbless, artificial?
No barbless. It's no. Yeah, so everything has to be artificial, but they don't have a barbless rule.
Oh, okay.
We all pinch our barbs down when we tie our flies. They all have a barbless rule, or not a barbless rule. No, they don't have a ban against treble hooks, but no power bait, no live bait.
Okay.
Although I did catch a brown a week ago that had a snelled hook in its mouth, and a snap swivel on the end of it. So
sure.
I know somebody's fishing a worm.
Absolutely. And it's interesting what Mike does is he has a dry fly on the top, and then he doesn't make it very long. And we go through all these little shallow areas and pick up fish in pretty shallow water. And most of the time they're picking up the nymph, but we did get some on the dry fly as well. Oh, Mike?
Yes, we did. on the lower river.
Yeah, on the lower river down below town. Today we got a situation where the water's going to be coming up about noon, and it's going to be coming up a couple thousand CFS, I believe.
Yeah.
And so we're going to head our way down river today and fish down a little bit before the water comes up. We're at about 800 CFS today right now, and the water's going to get up to about 6,600 by tomorrow. So they're going to gradually increase it. What that does to the fishing, we'll find out. Mike, what'd you think today?
Thought it was a good day.
Pretty fun, huh?
Yeah, it was a good day. Yeah, a lot of fish.
How about you, Dad?
It was a good time.
Always a fun time on the water.
Yeah, always loved the green.
Good times?
Good.
Getting ready? I've always heard about the Green River in Utah and the legendary trout and the 15,000 fish count per mile. I've always wanted to fish and experience it, and I finally was able to. From the beautiful Red Canyon below the Flaming Gorge Dam to the crystal clear water and the legendary big trout, I think every trout fisherman should experience the Green at least once in their life. I had an amazing, incredible experience. Great food, great lodging, super fun guide, great friends. All of that makes for great memories. I want to thank everybody that donated to make this episode possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to continue to do more. I want to make a special thanks to St. Croix Fly Rods. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate the rods and everything you guys do for us. Much appreciated. I want to thank Sims for the great waders and boots that you guys make, and all the great gear. And I want to thank everybody that works at the Kern River Fly Shop. You guys rock. Thanks, everybody.
There's a cable. See the cable on the bathroom?